for this exercise, we're going to create a stacked bar column or stacked bar graph of body mass index for Androscoggin, Aroostook, and Cumberland clinics. The first thing we want to do is make sure we connect to our data, which is going to be visits and labs. And I also dropped in the directions for the assignment and the requirements for the exercise down in the caption below, just to kind of keep our all of our information in one place. Okay, so following these directions, we need to add the clinic to the rows. You can see all the clinics pop up, and we do want to filter those out to only include those 3 that we highlighted in the title. So those are our 3, and click there. Okay, now the next thing, we want to add BMI category to color, so you can see BMI. We're going to drop it in there. This says BMI category. It's the same thing, categorize BMI, just labeling it differently. Over here, these are the different categories for BMI: normal, obese, overweight, underweight, etc. And these are our different clinics, and those are the colors for that. Okay. Next up, we want to add the number of records to the top. And you can see that these values here, if you look at the number of records, you'll see 224, you'll see 234, and that's going to sum up all of the records that have a body mass index reported. So number of records 42, and so on and so forth. So now we want to add a quick table calculation to get the percentage of total. So for each of these, what is the percent of total of that? So we go down to quick table calculation, we get percent of total, and now you can see the x-axis has changed from a number to a percentage, and that each of these now has a percentage of total. This one in particular says 26.63% are overweight for the Aroostook Clinic. Okay. Now that's really helpful, but if you look at what we want to do now is we want to see if we can normalize it across each clinic. And so following this last direction, you want to right click on here, and then it's going to go to compute using. We want to compute using it to categorize BMI. Now this is going to do 100%, so it's going to be based on 100%. So it's going to normalize all of that value into 1, so you can see how each of those categories pans out for each of those clinics. I'm just going to expand that out a little bit bigger so that we can see it a little more clearly. And you can notice that Androscoggin has the largest obese population of the group. In fact, what we could do is if we take the number of records, we could actually label it, and you can do the same calculation here so that we can actually see what those percentages are. All right, and that concludes a stacked bar of body mass for body mass index.